I don't know what. I don't know what we
I'll
did.
call the meeting to
I don't
order.
want to let her down.
I'd like to make the following statement. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Treaty 1 territory and traditional homeland of the Métis Nation. I'll introduce the panel members. I'm Marcel Larongo. I'll be chairing. Laurie Davidson to the far left and Maurice Terrien to my left. The assessor today is Jamie Fourgier and the administrative assistant today is Michelle McGinn. We'll be hearing applications for revision of the assessment role in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we'll limit discussions to those matters. The statements that applicants or the assessor make at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matter must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessment of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the Board of Revision. The Board of Revision is appointed annually by Council and is independent of it and the City Administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the Board's decision with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value of classification, or the Court of Queen's Bench if the matter pertains to an application of exemption from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the Board order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the matters to be addressed to each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions, and the applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all the evidence of an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the Board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You will receive the order by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. Swear to me, please.
Do you swear or have affirmative?
I'll swear.
Do you swear that the evidence you give at this hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Can you state your full name, please?
Jared Story?
Do you swear that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
We'll start with 102-211 Bannatyne Avenue, and we're dealing with the assessed value.
Okay, so the address is 102-211 Bannatyne Avenue. The roll number is 1309-6036-600. You'll see at the bottom of the first page that we're requesting the penalties, but after further review, we actually received the mailer on July 3rd, which is the first business day after the deadline. So it was mailed out, I believe, on the 28th. So we are waiving the...
You're withdrawing it?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Carry on.
So we have a recommendation for this one.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chair, just as a point of clarity, is a joint recommendation for...
A joint
this one,
recommendation?
yes.
Go ahead.
So just real quick to summarize the biggest change here. The parameters shifted slightly for the rental unit. It's actually a restaurant, so we've described it as retail space. It was previously described as OFC, so office grade C. And then if you look on page 3, so you'll see here what kind of looks like surface parking, but it's actually the top of a parkade. So we had previously described it as surface parking, which receives a lower cap by virtue of it being developable potentially in the future. But there is a structure underneath here, so it's not really developable. So we've, consistent with what we do with other parkades, we've used the higher cap, the 7% cap rate on that. And so I don't have that worked out here, but I do have a summary of the figures added together on the recommendation sheet that I've handed out. So the original value was $3,683,000, and the proposed recommended value is $3,181,000.
$3,181,000. Any questions from the members? None?
None from me, thank you.
We've already said it's a joint, so it's agreed. Just keep them. Next one is 211 Bannatyne Avenue, Unit 401, amount of assessed value.
For the remaining two here, we did have...
You still got to read the roll numbers.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. 130960377700, Unit 401, 211 Bannatyne Avenue. And as mentioned, we actually have a 15-1 agreement that we've submitted to the board yesterday.
When? Yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
So you have a 15-1?
I can get that this afternoon if you like. Did I CC you?
You did, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I sent it to the border revision.
The BOR box?
Yeah,
Yes.
general box.
I'll let you know if they have it, and
Sure.
otherwise, if you can, I'll get you to email it to me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, good. So we don't need this one then? It's a 15-1.
Right. And the next one on the list as well.
Next one is a 15-1 as well. And you said you email that as well, 15-1. And that's for
402.
211 Bannatyne.
Yeah.
Good. Michelle will let you know if she doesn't have it.
Yeah.
I'll just send it to you now.
Actually, yeah, but I got it. I don't know.
I may have made some mistake in the hearing date maybe or something. Yeah.
So you don't want to give it back right away, or you want to save it?
Well, I'm going to wait too.
Well, we don't need the alters.
No, but
We're all done.
if she doesn't come up with those two.
No, they're all going to be 15-1s. He'll send them to her. One way or another, they're 15-1s.
Okay.
Delta.
Yes, they went to you yesterday, and it was to your correct.
I just want to make
It
sure.
would. Why is this not showing up on here? Oh, yes, they're on here.
Here,
There we go.
They're here.
Got the
Sorry, guys.
answer.
have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for visiting.
Thank you.
I like it when you visit short.
Yeah, I like that.
Don't overstay your welcome.
Don't take it personally.
Yeah.
Look at all these studies. The file's going down.
We've got to swear Diane in first.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, well. Just,
Geez, one more thing. One question. Can you stick with the link, please? Diane Shinomi. Do you swear that the evidence about the this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes, it is. Thank you.
Amy, we will start with 167 Bannatyne Avenue, Unit 600.
Okay. So, Unit 600, And at the very bottom as well, you see Unit 100. Those two also have 15-1 agreements.
Yes.
100 does? And this one is 600?
Correct.
51. Okay, so we don't have to read it. And the last one you said?
So Unit 100 and Unit 600.
So the 100 will be the last one, right?
Yeah.
So we've got 500 to go?
500's been
No, he's going to give us some recs on those.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 500, 400, and 200.
Yep.
We have some
So let's start with 500 first.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. My name wasn't on the docket, that's why.
Go ahead, Jamie.
Okay, so the address here is 500-167 Bannatyne Avenue. The roll number is 1306283050. And as you can see on our recommendation, the only thing that I've changed here is actually the rental rate at the top. And I did want to point out one other thing, though, because it may be confusing. The original assessment actually came out at $841,000. This was based on a direct sales comparison approach, and so after reviewing it, it was clear that we should go with the income approach. And so what you see on the left on the recommendation sheet was the model generated income approach. And then the reduction on the right is what we're recommending. And
Total of 377.
correct.
That's the total, the new amount,
Correct.
377,000. Diane, you good with that?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Next one will be Unit 400 at 167 Bannatyne. I'm not even on rapid. Just pass them down, Jamie.
Sure.
Oh,
No, just
sorry.
don't get up, just.
He's a young man.
I need the exercise.
No more than I do, let me tell you.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the writing.
That's why I told you to pass it. That's the hospitality. Go ahead, Jamie.
Okay, so the address here is 400-167 Bannatyne Avenue. The roll number is 13062830400. So this one here, there was a few things that changed. One, the rental rate. We've agreed to a rate of $12. And then we've used retail parameters for the vacancy and for the capitalization rate. Originally it went out at with restaurant parameters. And actually, again, this is another instance where the market model is what we describe it as. The direct sales approach value went out at $956,000. But again, the income value would have been $1,022,000. So the revised value is $720,000.
Good, you okay with that, Dan?
Yes.
Thank you. And the last one on the list will be 200, 179 Bannatyne.
You'll have to get up again.
Reach, there you go.
Oh, no. That was enough.
Got the
Enough
long arm
exercise.
extensions.
Found the stuff, there you go. Thanks.
Jamie, when you're ready.
So the address is 200-179 Bannatyne Avenue. The roll number is 1306283022. And so a similar case to the last one we saw. Again, the original value of $466,000 is the direct sales figure. And then the income workup was set as restaurant, and we were able to see our way to using the retail parameters. So the rental rate has been reduced, the vacancy has been increased, and the cap rate has been increased as well. So the new value is $273,000.
You're good with that, Diane?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.